going, everybody? Sean Deckmar here from TradeCaster.com, and today we need to be discussing Tesla's earnings. Tesla on Saturday came out with its earnings report that absolutely blew Wall Street expectations out of the water. Tesla, diving into their earnings report, stated that they have delivered 241,300 vehicles over the past 3 months, which is a 73% increase year over year. Now, why is this so important? Well, not only do the numbers speak for themselves, but as we know, there's a major chip shortage going on, which doesn't seem like it affected Tesla in the slightest. Now, if we take a look at Tesla's major competitors, such as General Motors and Honda, they actually saw a 33% drop this quarter, which brings them down to their lowest levels in the past 10 years. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. Okay, with all this awesome information, how should we trade Tesla going into the week? Well, right now I'm doing my nightly research. It is Sunday, October 3rd, the evening of Monday morning, getting ready for the first week of October. So if we take a look over on CNBC.com, we can actually see US stock futures were higher in overnight trading on Sunday. Now, why is this important to us? Well, because the SPY is going to be a great gauge to understand which way the market's going to be heading. The SPY is essentially the top 500 companies in the United States. And when the SPY is up, we can imagine stocks such as Tesla, Apple, Facebook, Netflix will also be up as well. So at this moment, we have Tesla with not only record earnings, but we also have the SPY trending in the right direction. So how am I going to trade this stock? Tomorrow, I plan on waking up around 3:50 in the morning. Why 3:50? Because my brokerage, Lightspeed, opens up at 4 a.m. My plan is to buy in on Tesla right at 4 a.m. Stock trading really comes down to a first come, first serve basis. And if you're willing to sacrifice sleep for profit, you will get the best price available. So I'm hoping to get Tesla tomorrow somewhere in the 760s to the 770s. If I have to get involved in the 780s, I will, just because I like the outlook of Tesla, but I'd really like to try to stay in that 770 region. So right at 4 a.m., I am most likely going to be buying anywhere between 500 to 1,000 shares. I know it is a big investment, about $770,000, depending on where it's at this moment. And I will again be waiting and watching throughout pre-market to see where it opens up at. Now, there's really two main things that can happen tomorrow on Tesla. Number one, we see a run up all the way up to 800. 800 has been a major resistance line. And if you take a look at the last time we broke 800, when we get above 800, volatility on the stock is going to be absolutely through the roof. And that's my major plan. I want to be in before we break 800. And if I can be in before the 775 region, I know I'm going to be able to make thousands of dollars at the $800 break. Look how fast Tesla moves when it gets above 800 and starts approaching record highs. We have days that we have $50 spikes, $50 drops. This is where we are going to see some of the biggest wins of our career. I'm very excited to see where Tesla's at, but we also have to think about a negative behind this as well. Tomorrow, something may happen which may confuse a lot of traders. And that would be if so many people end up buying in pre-market, we may have such a big gap up that Tesla comes crashing on down. And that's basically just because it's gapping up too high from the earnings that just came on out. So tomorrow morning, I'm looking to get in as early as possible. So even if we have rejection at 800 and we start dropping back on down, I still will have a great cost basis already. If we break 800, I plan on holding throughout the next week. If we can't break 800, I may take some profits along the way, but I do think we will be getting back up to 800 within the next 2 weeks or so. So I'm gonna pause this video right now and pick it up on my computer at 4 a.m. tomorrow so you guys can see me entering Tesla at what price, and we'll see if we can be able to make a few $1,000s on this big Tesla earnings. So unfortunately, the audio on this portion of the video did get chopped out, but I'll be more than happy to do a voiceover right now telling you my thought process and exactly what I'm explaining in the video at this time. So right now it is 3:58 a.m. I know that I have about a minute and a half until Tesla opens on up, and I'm really just bringing up my Lightspeed brokerage. I'm opening up the level 2 because the level 2 is going to tell us where Tesla is currently opening up at. And since I have a little time, I do check out CNBC.com. The reason why I check out CNBC is because I want to see if the SPY is gapping up or gapping down. Now, I read the title, Stock Futures Fall, heading into the first full week of trading in October, and I do get a little excited. I do get optimistic when I see this, because at this point, it's 4 a.m. in the morning. We know Tesla had its breakthrough earnings, and we all know that we are going to be buying this play. So I want to, of course, get Tesla as cheap as possible. I want Tesla in the 760s. I want Tesla in the low 770s, but we never really know what's going to be happening. So I got my level 2 set up. I know we have about 30 seconds until the market opens on up, and now I bring over my order entry box. I bring over my order entry box to show you that it does take a specific order to buy in pre-market at 4 a.m. You can't just market order in. You have to be using a certain market or route depending on what your broker names it, and that's going to be ARCA. If you are on TD Ameritrade, I believe it's EXT. Some brokers may be EXT, but in most brokers, it will be ARCA, which will allow you to trade from 4 a.m. all the way up to the start of the day, or from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. Now, as we can see, Tesla just opened on up at 785, and the ask, which is the right side of the level 2, we are seeing that at 786.94. Now, notice I'm not in on this play right now, and the reason why I'm not in on this play is because I'm hoping that it comes back on down. I was a little bit hesitant at this moment, and I was hoping that we'd get a little bit of a drop because, as I stated, I wanted to get involved with Tesla at the 760s, the 770s, and the last thing I want to do is buy up in the 790s or buy up near 800 and end up waking up later on in the day and seeing a huge loss. So I give this a few minutes to see if it's going to pop on up and drop on down. But I still have those doubts in my head where I'm saying, hey, maybe I'm missing out on this play. Am I missing out buying in at 785, 786, 787, 788, where maybe it just goes straight up towards that 800 level? So right when I see this play, Tesla, it's moving up towards around the 790s. And in my head at this moment, I'm really hoping we get that little pullback. I'm saying to myself, can the stock get that drop? Can the stock get this pullback? Can I get a better entry rather than buying at the top? Now I know it's 4 a.m. and other traders are doing exactly what I'm doing, which is waking up nice and early, trying to beat the mob, aka the majority of buyers, to again Tesla, to be able to take the most profit we can from this earnings. Now, I see it hitting that 790 mark. I've decided that this play is a little bit too high for me at this moment, even though that it's only 4 a.m. And I do say to myself, let me wait for some sort of pullback on this stock. Now, at this point, I do see Tesla having a little bit of a pullback, and this is where I start getting involved with the play. My first entry is only 250 shares. Now, the reason I bought in on 250 shares is because ultimately I want 1,000, but I don't know if this is going to be the best entry, so I always like to average down on my plays, which means I get on multiple orders as stocks fall or drop to try to get the best entry price overall. Now, right now I'm explaining that as the stock falls on down, I will change my order price to be able to get the best cost basis. So I just got in at 786.71, and if I see Tesla continuing to drop, I'm going to move my limit order down even lower to try to get in at 785. I know that Tesla is having a large gap up at this time. This stock, Tesla, closed at 775 the prior week on Friday and is already up at 786, and it's only 4 a.m. So I am getting excited at this moment as well because I'm getting involved in the trade I want. I know we can get all the way up towards that $800 level at some point today. And with this little pullback, it's starting to come back into more of a reasonable area rather than buying up at 790. So I'm still waiting for the bids to come back on down. I can see 785. Now I see 785.68 over on the ask, and I start thinking about another entry. Notice how I'm putting my entry right over the buy, and right when it comes down towards the 785 mark, watch the ask start dropping on down. I'm going to change my order right here to try to get that nice low cost basis. And there is my second order right there. 250 shares, just got in on this play, and I have a new price of 785.82. Now, something a lot of you guys may be asking at this time is saying, why are you setting your price at 787? You're not getting filled at 787. You just got filled all the way back on down in the 785 region. Well, the thing is, during these very hot times, especially at 4 a.m. on Tesla, when everyone's trying to get in on this earnings report play, I know if I click buy on the stock, I'm not getting filled at 787. I'm actually getting filled at whatever the lowest asking price is. And that's, again, a little strategy I have to almost just market order in on these plays. I'm trying to get in quickly at the best price available. So all I'm doing is market ordering in essentially because I'm getting the lowest asking price. Now, I do get one more order filled. I see the ask is all the way down towards 784.30. I'm hovering my mouse over the buy button. I see my current price is 785.82. I know I want to be able to get at least 250 more shares on this play. I see the ask now all the way down towards 783.95, still dropping on down, and we are going to be looking for our next and final entry, bringing me up to 750 shares total. Let's remember, this is all happening at 4:05 a.m. This is while the majority of traders are sleeping. This is while majority of people have no idea trading is even open yet. So as I see Tesla still getting this pullback, I get my final order in. Now I have a 750 share position at the cost basis of 785.54. Remember, I brought my cost basis down from that initial high 786 area, and now I have the best price available at this moment. It's 4:05 a.m. I notice that this play has gone from 775 up towards around 785. I start feeling confident in on the stock because I'm essentially saying, hey, this is Tesla, a stock that can move $30 plus a day. It just had record-breaking earnings reports. Expectations are through the roof. I'm one of the first people in the world getting in on the stock at 4 a.m. I know the majority of people are sleeping. I'm very happy with this. Now, as you can also see, I do put one last limit order at 781. Why is this? Because I'm happy with my entry, but I am about to head off to bed for the next 3 hours or so. But if I get filled at 781 while I'm sleeping, I know that means the cost basis is only going to drop on down, and my new entry would be probably price 1,000 shares around 784, maybe even 783. So if this does happen to drop while I'm sleeping, I'll get 250 shares on this play, which brings my cost basis down even lower. Now you might be saying, Deck, how do you go back to bed? How are you able to go to sleep knowing that you're in such a big position? Honestly, it just comes down to confidence. Confidence that I got in before everyone else, confidence that I have a great entry, and confidence that I've done my research. Stock trading is all a game of confidence, having a game plan, and executing this game plan. So you'll see after this, we jump over to the video of me actually waking up right around 7 o'clock where I start taking some profits. How's it going, everybody? As you can see right now, it is 6:44 in the morning, so about 3 hours have passed. I actually just woke back up, and I can see at this point that Tesla is all the way up towards 797. Our high is 798. 3 hours have gone by, and in my sleep, I've been able to make $8,510 so far. Now, this has been an incredible trade that has been following the plan exactly how we wanted it. And just because we are up next to that $800 level, I am going to lock in my profits now. Now, the whole goal was to see $800 and essentially see a break of $800. But I do still have that fear that we could be seeing a gap up and a drop today. And since we're at $800 resistance, the saying is there's nothing wrong walking away with profit, especially before 7 o'clock. I need to understand that the market has been hot. I need to understand that Tesla did come out with a great earnings report, but I still need to take into consideration 800 is a very strong resistance line. So I'm going to take in my gains right here, walk away a winner with over $8,000 in gains. So we're just going to have a limit order. Let's go limit. Here we go. Lightspeed ARCA 7,800, and let's just start selling our shares. Sell, sell. Let's go down a little bit lower, 795, sell, and we are out. And guys, just like that, $7,419, 3 hours of work, and I don't really know if you can count that as work as we were sleeping, but again, it just comes down to first come, first serve.